Everyone suffers, but not for the reasons they believe. Most people think suffering comes from the world, from other people, or from difficult situations. But the Buddha revealed a deeper truth. Pain is certain. Suffering is optional. Pain is what happens. Suffering is the story we build around it. The resistance, the clinging, the refusal to let reality be what it is. It's not life itself that breaks you. It's your grip on how life should be. In this video, we're going to explore 5 harsh truths that may be uncomfortable to hear, but once accepted, they free you from unnecessary suffering and bring you back to clarity, peace, and strength. Harsh truth number 1. No one is responsible for your happiness. This is one of the hardest truths to accept. No one is coming to save you. Not your partner, not your family, not your friends, not the person you hope will finally understand you. Everyone is busy trying to carry their own struggles, their own fears, their own unspoken battles. When you expect someone else to make you feel loved, secure, understood, or whole, you hand them the keys to your happiness. And when they fail, because they will eventually, you feel abandoned, disappointed, or betrayed. But the pain doesn't come from their actions. It comes from the expectation that they should fill a void only you can fill. Maybe you felt this. You needed support, but no one reached out. You waited for someone to notice your sadness, but they didn't. You hoped a certain person would care enough to stay, but they walked away. Each moment hurts, but inside that pain is a quiet truth. The Buddha taught, self-reliance is the path to true freedom. This doesn't mean closing your heart or rejecting connection. It means understanding that your happiness is an inside job. Others can add to it, but they cannot create it for you. When you reclaim emotional responsibility, you stop giving your peace away so easily. You stop waiting for someone to fix you. You stop collapsing every time someone disappoints you. Here's the practice. Whenever you feel let down, pause and say, my happiness lives inside me, not in their approval, not in their presence, not in their behavior. This shift is subtle, but life-changing. You become steadier, stronger, and less dependent on the unpredictable moods of others. And for the first time, your happiness becomes something no one can take from you. Harsh truth number 2. You will lose everything eventually. This is the harshest truth of all. Everything you love will change, fade, or eventually be lost. Not because life is cruel, but because impermanence is woven into the fabric of existence. The Buddha taught, everything that rises will fall. Every sunrise fades into night. Every bloom eventually wilts. Every chapter, no matter how beautiful, comes to an end. We suffer not because things end, but because we expect them not to. Think of the losses you've experienced. A relationship you thought would last forever. A stage of life you didn't realize was ending. Your youth, your appearance, your belongings, even the versions of yourself you had to let go. Each loss left a mark, yes, but beneath the grief was a deeper truth. You never truly owned any of it. You were simply fortunate enough to experience it for a time. Impermanence becomes painful only when we cling. But when we accept it, impermanence becomes a reminder to live fully, to appreciate the moment in front of us, to love without holding too tightly, to breathe deeply into what is here now. Acceptance of loss is not coldness. It is not detachment from love. It is the understanding that love is precious because it is temporary. Here is the practice. Grateful presence. When you're with someone you love, be truly with them. When you enjoy something beautiful, feel it fully. When life gives you a moment of joy, don't rush through it. Expand into it. Say quietly to yourself, this moment is a gift. I don't own it. I can only appreciate it. When you stop fighting impermanence, loss doesn't destroy you, it deepens you. Harsh truth number 3. People treat you based on their minds, not your worth. One of the most painful illusions we cling to is the belief that other people's behavior reflects our value. But the Buddha taught a liberating truth. They are only showing you their mind, not your worth, not your future, not your destiny, only the inner world they carry. People's actions, whether kind or cruel, reveal their level of consciousness, their emotional wounds, their fears, their insecurities, and their capacity to love, not your lack of deserving. Yet we take things personally. Someone criticizes you is six and we shrink. Someone rejects us and we question our worth. Someone becomes distant or cold and we assume we did something wrong. But think about it. A person full of anger spreads anger. A person full of fear spreads fear. A person full of love spreads love. People pour out whatever overflows inside them. Criticism often comes from someone who feels deeply critical of themselves. Rejection often comes from someone afraid of closeness or vulnerability. Coldness often comes from someone who never learned how to express warmth. None of this is about you. Emotionally awake people practice detachment, not from love or connection, but from the belief that their identity depends on others' reactions. Here is a simple but powerful practice. Whenever someone's behavior triggers you, pause and silently say, "This is their mind, not my value." This creates instant emotional distance. It pulls you out of the story and places you back into clarity. You stop trying to win approval from people who cannot see you. You stop personalizing the storm that lives inside them. You stop confusing someone else's pain with your identity, and in that detachment, your peace returns. Harsh truth number 4, life will not go the way you plan. One of the harshest yet most liberating truths is this: life will not follow your plans. Not because you're unlucky, not because you're doing something wrong, but because life has its own nature, unpredictable, fluid, constantly shifting. The Buddha said, the root of suffering is attachment, not attachment to people or things alone, but attachment to how we believe life should unfold. Suffering begins the moment we cling to a timeline, a dream, an outcome, and insist that life must match our script. Think about the moments that broke you most deeply: a plan that failed, a relationship that didn't last, a job that slipped away, a future you imagined that never arrived. In those moments, the hurt wasn't only from what happened, it was from the gap between your expectations and reality. The tighter you cling, the more it hurts when life moves in another direction. But here is the truth few people accept. Life's unpredictability is not personal. It's not punishment. It's not failure. It's simply impermanence, the natural flow of all things. When you soften your grip on how life should be, you begin to experience life as it truly is. You stop fighting with reality and start moving with it. Here's a simple practice. Whenever plans collapse or life surprises you, pause and say, "This too is part of the path." Then breathe, unclench, and allow the moment to be what it is. Not what you hoped for, not what you feared, but simply what is happening now. Acceptance is not giving up. Acceptance is choosing peace over resistance. And when you learn to allow impermanence, life stops hurting quite so much. Harsh truth number 5, your mind creates most of your suffering. For most people, suffering doesn't come from what happens. It comes from the mind's reaction to what happens. A situation may be difficult, yes, but the mind builds stories, fears, and assumptions that multiply the pain. The Buddha said, "Nothing can harm you as much as your own thoughts." And when you pay attention, you'll see how true this is. A person doesn't text back, and your mind whispers, "They don't care about you." A small mistake happens, and your mind screams, "You always fail." A Challen appears Sia, es, and your mind imagines the worst possible outcome. Reality is often neutral, but the mind adds layers, catastrophizing, overthinking, rerunning old fears. What hurts you most is not the event. It's the story your mind writes about the event. Imagine someone frowns at you. The mind instantly creates a narrative. They're judging me. I must have done something wrong. In truth, maybe they're tired, distracted, or thinking of something else entirely. But we merge with the story as if it were fact. Emotionally awake people do something different. They observe their thoughts without becoming them. Here's the practice. When your mind begins spiraling, pause and say, "This is just a thought, not truth." Then watch it the way you'd watch a cloud drifting across the sky. Don't fight it. Don't cling to it. Don't argue with it. Simply observe it. When you stop, merging with your thoughts, they lose their power. You realize the mind is not an enemy. It is a storyteller, and you get to decide whether to believe the story. Most suffering dissolves the moment you step back and see clearly. Peace begins not when life becomes easier, but when your mind becomes quieter. Today we uncovered 5 harsh truths. No one creates your happiness but you. Life won't follow your plans. People act from their mind, not their heart. Everything is impermanent, and most suffering comes from your own thoughts. Accepting these truths may feel uncomfortable at first, but this acceptance is what liberates you from unnecessary pain. Clarity, not avoidance, is what sets you free. If this brought you insight, subscribe for more Buddhist wisdom and inner peace. And always remember, the truth may sting, but it also frees you.